applause is for the first runner. And I believe, yeah, that looks like Francois Daen. Yep, so former winner of the UTMB. So Francois in the lead here. So this is the first news of the morning. So the Frenchman, and a huge warm welcome here. Big crowd out for this time of the morning, so we're well done to everyone for that. Respect. So over the top of the Grand Col for Ray, Jim Walmsley was neck and neck with Francois. So Francois has kind of pulled away slightly on that descent. We're going to listen in now. The good thing about coming in first to the aid station is there's no queues for any of the facilities. There he goes, Francois Daen, in and out. Fantastic support. So Francois on his way down a very runnable section, all the way down to La Praz before the climb up to Champex-Lac. This looks like Jim Walmsley coming in. And yep, so Jim Walmsley coming in here. So great performance from Jim, and a lot of expectations as always when this gentleman hits the trail. So yeah, he's in now. The gap is around about 5 minutes. So that gap has been made purely on the descent. So Francois is obviously feeling strong and has pulled out a 5-minute lead there in the descent. I mean, it's a long descent. In fact, well, this gentleman doesn't need any introduction. And the crowd everybody knows this man, 3 times winner of the UTMB. So Killian looks like he's probably going to go in and out here before Jim. You know, don't forget, all the runners have ups and downs. It's just we're happy to see Jim have his in front of the camera. So
how are you, man? I'm gonna take some time.
So that was nice. Killian just checking how Jim's doing. That's part of the runner's charter. Everyone should look out for each other first and foremost. Xavier Thévenard was moving much faster up the Grand Col Ferret than Zach Miller. So we're expecting Xavier through into La Fouly, along with Pau Capel around about 7:30. And there are only Zach Pau and Xavier have actually gone over the top of the Grand Col Ferret. At the moment, Dylan Bowman, Tim Tollefson, Diminius Grinius, Miguel Angel Hernandez, Yuri Gamito, Damien Hall, Topher Castagnier, all those guys and many, many more have gone through at Arnuva top. But yeah, here's Francois. And it's going to be interesting to do a time check here. So it's now 7:22. Francois is pulling out the poles for this climb. And look at all the cars that we have down here at Praz de Fort. Everybody wants to kind of get a piece of the action here.
He's going great. I mean, you know, he's 120K in on a ferocious pace.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's just so efficient with how he just moves his systems. And how he just gets right into a just super strong power stride with his poles out and cranking away.
There's so much encouragement out here, and this is 7:23 in the morning.
Yeah, you know, Francois is a guy that just takes care of himself too.
Yeah.
Out on the course, he runs the race with the 100-mile distance in mind.
Yeah.
So he's never getting ahead of himself, and it's clear here.
Yep. There's a time split, Toph. That's the updated times based on the revised course. So I already had a few people sending a note asking about course record. So there won't be a course record because the guys are not running the full course. There's been 2 changes. One at after Col de la Seine, the pyramids, and then also there is a slight variation on the finish from Col de Monte. They're going to go via Flégère and not up to the Tête au Vent. So there you go, Francois. I think the trail's a bit sticky today. But it is, and I think we timed Francois at 7:22 at the bottom of that climb. So that actually, Francois is definitely still trying to push it out. And Kilian's not going to have it all his own way. And if Kilian wants to win UTMB number 4, he's going to have to wrestle it from Francois, who wants to win UTMB number 3. So this is that's his fantastic stuff.
He's going to have to earn it. I mean, for any of these guys, whether it's Kilian, whether it's Francois, or anyone else in the field, to win this particular race is going to be incredible for either of them or anyone perhaps behind them, because of so many champions that are in this run. You'll be able to be the champion of all of them. Yeah, this is where the race is just beginning, and you really see where that that top 10 selection starts to take form from the course.
So former winner, Toph Gaylord, former winner of the UTMB, Jez Bragg in 2010. We're getting a big thumbs up from Jez Bragg, who's probably sat at home now, feet up, kind of having a cup of tea with his wife, Gemma, and he's enjoying the live coverage and without the stress at the front of the race.
Right on, Jez. A toast to you from Chamonix, and boy, what a champion runner himself, and what a tremendous human being. He knows exactly what this feeling is like right here, and I bet it feels pretty good to have enjoy a cup of coffee and watch the race unfold here this year. Kilian's still moving solid. We've always had a big debate about whether, poles, no poles, and Kilian's a no-pole runner, and he's obviously an immensely powerful and talented mountain athlete, and but I do think the poles at times give another gear, but he seems to be moving really, really amazingly well as well, and as expected.
Yeah, I have fond memories, Topher, of being out on the one of the training weekends we used to organize before the UTMB with Scott Jurek, and Scott's like, right, I'm going to try these poles because you Euros seem to use the poles and kind of make the most of it. And I think probably after about 10-15 minutes, Jurek's like, nah, these poles just don't work. So I think, but you need to kind of make them, you need to try a bit more than about 10 or 15 minutes, but they worked for Jurek, so so that's it. There's some with, some without.
Yeah, I always like to say, they work for people who really figure out how to use them efficiently. Otherwise, they can be a nuisance. They create problems for you as well. Where do you put them away? Where do you hold them when your hands are cold? How do you eat and drink with poles in your hands? So those are all things that obviously the modern kit and gear and packs solve all of that, or a lot of that.
Yeah.
And then you just got the additional gear that I think they give you on the uphill, especially when it's muddy like this.
Yeah. So our cameraman then kind of not sure where to go right now, but we're going to stick with Kilian, it would seem. I can tell you that Pau Capel and Xavier Thévenard have also arrived now into La Fouly. Pau Capel was about just 5-6 seconds ahead of Xavier, so maybe they've been running together. So that's the top 7 into and so Xavier Thévenard, another winner of the UTMB. So this is a 5-star lineup here, and those guys are delivering. Zach Miller, we're expecting into the aid station soon. Also, Dominius Grinius, and then Jordi Gamito, which would complete the top 10 down into La Fouly.